That's the last question on the Niners for you. Which team do you think has more paths to win the game? Niners or Chiefs?
Niners.
I think so too.
Because for the Chiefs to win the game, Mahomes has to be great. I think for the Chiefs to win the game, Mahomes cannot play a B- game and have the Chiefs win. Whereas I think if Purdy plays a B- game, we've seen in the playoffs, he has now played great games and they have found ways to win. But where is the Chiefs offense coming from if Mahomes does not have a good game? So I think the Niners have more avenues to win.
I agree as well. And your best bet is along, I think, one of those lines about having ways to win this game.
It is. And we've talked about it and how you saw the Chiefs rather drop passes throughout the year, have trouble. Potentially maybe you get some 3 and outs. They were off the field a lot in the second half. They couldn't really do much after the scoring the 17 points early. I think the Niners to have a higher time of possession in this game is my best bet, because I think you're going to see maybe a little bit more of a run-based offense. You're going to see McCaffrey run. You're going to see Juice maybe some short passes. I think you're going to see a lot of ball possession to kind of help the 49ers defense to kind of keep the Chiefs off the field and keep Mahomes from potentially doing the things that he can do. I think maybe in a situation like this, that will lead towards maybe the Niners holding on to the ball for 35 minutes or so to keep that secondary off the field. And like I said, I think that Kansas City offensive line, as good as they were against Baltimore, I think there's an opportunity for a few more 3 and outs, a few more incomplete passes from Kansas City, whereas I think maybe you'll see a few more safer passes from San Francisco, which will keep that clock running.
I like this wager a lot. It's one I actually looked at for time of possession when you're looking through kind of all the websites and whatnot, because if you think about game flow, right? You mentioned some of this. The Chiefs defense does a lot of bend but don't break, right? They played, at least the last 2 weeks, they played off coverage. We'll let you get underneath and we'll let you get your yards. But in the red zone, we're clamping down. And they can do that. They have 2 all-pro corners, Chris Jones, Karlaftis, they can clamp down the red zone. Where offensively, obviously, as you mentioned, will the Chiefs stick to the running game? Because they can run the football in this game, but Andy Reid, historically, it's hard to get him to actually do that, right? So I like this wager a lot. I mean, again, you could be 1 second over, but the Niners, I think, will want to try to slow down the pace of the game, run the football. They take a lot of time on that play clock. And so along the lines of the Chiefs allowing underneath completions, which they did against Buffalo, did against the Ravens, I'm going to crib one from Sammy. Now, I like a lot of the wagers I mentioned for the Niners already, but Kyle Juszczyk over 3.5 receiving yards, man. I bet this immediately. I think it's a great wager for how much he's in the game. And again, for how much the Chiefs allow underneath catches. Also, too, the Chiefs tackle really well. So they allow the catch underneath. They rally to the ball and tackle really well. And he mentioned it. They have neglected him in the past, but they haven't neglected him. They've chosen to cover other guys. And again, if I think Brandon Ayuk's going to have a lesser game and the attention's focused on Christian McCaffrey, Niners will move the ball somewhere. I think we agree it's Debo. And Sammy's wager is great. So I'm going to steal it from Sammy. I bet this myself. While he was talking on the show, I found it and wagered on it. And so I like this wager a lot. So that's my best bet.
I remember I actually had some juice wagers in the previous Super Bowl.
And they hit,
and they hit. So I like finding some of the off-brand kind of players and going overs or having success for them and look. And Will mentioned this as well in the group chat about if you want to bet under on these guys, just wait because these numbers will click up throughout the week, and by Sunday you might get 8, 9 yards or whatever of CLV, if you want to call it that, in the opposite direction from where kind of the bridge too far, like we've joked about with Steve Fezzik about line moves going too far one direction, and you could be sitting on the other end of a winner. Bear Bets full episodes drop twice a week right here on the Bear Bets YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe to stay ahead of the odds, and let's celebrate all of our wins together.